Enter Part 1 2017 Objective Type MCQs. Choose the correct option in meaning to the underlined words. 1. The children hollered at the deep dome of Martian sky. Hollered is underlined. Looked, shouted, walked, slept. Shouted is answer. Number 2. Mr. Hubert became flushed with anger. Flushed is underlined. Reddened, blackish, delighted, thrilled. Reddened is answer. Number 3. The sick girl shrieked hysterically. Hysterically is underlined. Delightfully, peacefully, calmly, wildly. Wildly is answer. Number 4. A branch of a tree snapped off. Snapped is underlined. Rose upward, swayed, shot, broke. Broke is answer. Number 5. Molvi Abul took a momentous decision. Momentous is underlined. Useless, trivial, tiny, important. Important is answer. Number 6. The girl was scared. Scared is underlined. Calm, frightened, pacified, satisfied. Frightened is answered. Number 7. Powers said that Creton's visit was preparatory to invasion. Invasion is underlined. Force field, attack, success, division. Attack is answer. Number 8. Clay's fishing tackle was safe and sound in the closet. Safe and sound is underlined. In danger, secure, defective, harmed. Secure is answer. Number 9. The Sindhi woman was walking with undulent grace. Undulent is underlined like bows, like daffodils, like dolls, like waves. Like waves is answer. Number 10. Trusting his image, he assumes their relevance. Assumes is underlined. Rectifies, supposes, certifies, beautifies. Supposes is answer. Choose the correct answer. Number 11. The boy washed his face on the direction of. Police officer, his father. The woman, his uncle. The woman is answer. Number 12. Why did they throw wet leaves on the fire? To make the smoke acrid and black, to extinguish the fire, to burn the leaves, to burn the insects. To make the smoke acrid and black is answer. Number 13. What was the condition of the overcoat which the young man was wearing? It was old, it was new, it was ragged, it was full of dust. It was old is the answer. Number 14. Who is Roger Spelding? A general, a soldier, a newscaster, a technician. A newscaster is answer. Number 15. She saw in the flash of lightning a dog, a bus, a car, a man's face. A man's face is answer. Choose the correct form of verb. We should dash the poor. Helps, help, helped, has helped. Help is answer. Number 17. The course dash by next month was completed, had completed, will be completed, has completed. Will be completed is answer. Number 18. Can you tell who dash this institute now? Had run, ran, is running, has run. Is running is answer. Number 19. A rolling stone dash no moss. Gather, gathers, gathered, shall gather. Gathers is answer. Number 20. He cried as if he dash mad. Is, was, were, has been. Were is answer. Section 1, question number 2. Answer in 3 to 5 lines the following any 6 questions from Book 1 short series. Question number 1. What were the reasons Norma gave her husband to accept the offer? Norma gave 2 reasons to her husband. 1. She thought that it made no difference if any ordinary, poor, or diseased man unknown to them dies. Secondly, they had a chance to take a trip to Europe and buy a cottage on the island. Question number 2. How did the boy look physically? Thank you, ma'am. The boy looked 14 or 15. He was wearing tennis shoes and blue jeans. He seemed to be weak and willow wild. His face also seemed to be dusty. Question number 3. Why did the boy look to the sky and smile? He had been entirely helpless after his parents got money and the Qazi decreed his killing. He looked at the sky to pray to God to help him. Question number 4. What climate did they face on Mars? They faced very severe climate on the Mars. The wind blew as if to flake away their identities. The air burned their house. The boards went out of shape. There was fog at night. It became very hot in summer. Question number 5. Why did Hubert keep claiming his innocence before his death? Hubert kept claiming his innocence even before his death because he was not guilty and he wanted to make the people believe this. Question number 6. Why were the farmers throwing wet leaves on fire? The farmers threw the wet leaves on fire to produce more black, thick, and acrid smoke. It was their very good plan to push away the locusts from their crop due to such unpleasant smoke. Question number 7. How did the villagers punish the quack? Villagers asked him to dig a grave for the old lady. They also beat him badly. Question number 8. Describe Molvi Abul's appearance. He had slightly bulging eyes. He always wore a brown turban and used fragrant oil for his hair. Question number 9. Bring out the wisdom in selling the most valuable things with reference to the short story The Gift of the Magi. Love demands sacrifice, and sacrifice strengthens love. For a lover, his beloved is the most precious thing in the world. So, any other thing precious or expensive in the eyes of the world has no value in the eyes of lover. Love is also blind. It does not see loss or profit. So, there is high wisdom in selling the most precious thing for the sake of pleasing one's beloved. Question number 3. Answer in 3 to 5 lines any 5 of the following questions from Book 3 One Act Plays. Question number 1. Why could not the girl describe the killer? The girl could not describe the killer because it was raining. She was frightened and confused. She had not seen him clearly as well. Question number 2. What is the purpose of the visit of Creton? The purpose of Creton's visit to the earth is merely a pleasure trip. He is also interested in the study of the civilization of man. He claims to have come to take the charge of the whole world. Question number 3. Why did the girl consider the first man her helper? The girl considered the first man her helper because somebody was chasing her. She already knew first man, so she thought there was no harm in seeking his help. Question number 4. Did the girl become suspicious of the first man as the play progresses? No, the girl did not become suspicious of the first man as the play proceeds. Question number 5. How does Creton impress General Powers? Creton impresses General Powers by telling him that there is no instrument to drive his car. Then he erects a wall around his car without using any device. He also impresses General Powers by telling him that he can hear his thoughts. Question number 6. Draw a character sketch of Mrs. Spelding. Mrs. Spelding is a very simple woman. She has no interest in politics and other matters. She does not listen to her husband on TV. When her husband tries to find her opinion about his TV broadcast, she tries to encourage him. She does not like any type of discussion. When she looks a flying saucer landing on her house, she becomes worried about her house and garden. She likes to live in peace and have the same passions about others. Question number 7. What has happened to Clay's father? Clay's father and mother were not on good terms because Clay's income was very low. Clay's father left the house to earn money. Question number 8. What is Harry's philosophy of life? Harry is a contented and hopeful person. He has no complex in his personality. He takes life easy and peaceful. His philosophy about life is take it easy, and this philosophy can also be applied in this age. Question number 4. Answer in 3 to 5 lines any 4 of the following questions from book 3 points. Question number 1. What is the cherry tree wearing? Cherry tree is wearing a white dress covered with snow. Question number 2. What are the feelings of poet standing in the dark? While standing in the dark street, the poet looks at the children who are enjoying the ordinary fruits. He feels children are unaware of the threats of war and poverty and suppression. Question number 3. What did the poet reflect when he saw the Sindhi woman? The poet is moved to see a beautiful poor Sindhi woman doing hard physical labor. The poet feels pity for poor neglected women who work in a miserable conditions to earn their bread. If such beautiful attractive women were born in a rich family, they would have been praised by everyone. In the end, the poet is delighted to know that these women have not lost self-respect even in difficult circumstances. Question number 4. What words were inscribed at the bottom of the statue? These words appear on the bottom of the statue. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Question number 5. What has made the efforts of Muslims fruitless? The lack of love for humanity has made efforts of Muslims fruitless. Question number 6. Why does a person feel helpless on the death of a friend? No one can avoid death. When it comes, it takes away its victim. But the death of a friend is a very pain giving incident. Finding no solution to avoid it, a person feels helpless on the death of a friend. Section number 2. Question number 5. Write a letter to your father telling him about your progress in studies. Examination hall, comma, city, comma, A dot B dot C dot, March 17, comma, 2015 dot. My dear father, I am really sorry I could not write you earlier. Actually, I was busy in my midterm exams so could not write you earlier. You seem quite concerned about my studies as my previous result was below 80%. The result of midterm exams has been announced and you will be delighted to know that I have got 99% marks in it. I owe this success to Allah's favor, blessing, and your prayers and the proper guidance of my worthy teachers. For the final exams, I shall have to work hard even more. I hope that you are satisfied with my progress now. Kindly take care of yourself very much. Pay my salam to everybody at home. Your loving son, comma, X dot Y dot Z dot. Or write an application to the principal of your college requesting him or her for full fee concession. The principal, comma, government college, comma, city, comma, A dot B dot C dot, subject, colon, full fee concession. Respected sir, most respectfully, I beg to say that my father is working as a clerk in education department. In his minimal income, it is very difficult for him to bear my educational expenses. I want to continue my studies as it has always been my keen desire to be an MBA. In view of the above mentioned facts, I request you to grant me full fee concession so that I may continue my studies. I shall be highly obliged to you for this act of kindness. Yours obediently, comma, X dot Y dot Z dot, dated, colon, March 13, comma, 2017. Question number 6. Write a story on the moral lesson all that glitters is not gold, or might is right. All that glitters is not gold is done in paper 2016 group 2. Now I'm going to tell you about might is right. Once upon a time, a wolf went to a stream to drink water upstream. He saw a lamb drinking water downstream at some distance. On seeing the lamb, the wolf's mouth began to water. He wanted to eat him with relish, but there was no ground with him for it. He at once hit upon an excuse. He said to the lamb, "Why are you making the water muddy?" The lamb said, "How can it be? The stream flows from you to me, not from me to you." The wolf got angry at it and said, "Then why did you abuse me last year?" The poor lamb said, "Sir, I was not born last year. I am only 6 months old. How could I abuse you?" "Then it must be your father or mother." Saying this, the wolf attacked the lamb, tore it into pieces, and devoured it to his fill. Moral: might is right, beware of the wicked. Question number 7. Explain the following lines with reference to the context. "And since to look at things in bloom, 50 springs are little room. About the woodland I will go, to see the cherry hung with snow." Reference: these lines have been taken from the poem Loveliest of Trees, the Cherry Now, written by A.E. Huseman. Context: the poet gets enthralled by the captivating beauty of cherry. Though the poet is enjoying every bloom of cherry tree loaded with white flowers, yet he mourns the loss of early 20 years of his life in which he could not admire the loveliest of trees. He wants to compensate this loss by visiting the woodland more often in future to feast his eyes. He shows his love for the nature and most importantly, the cherries. He wishes for a longer life to enjoy the beauty of nature. Explanation: in the given lines, the poet feels a bit gloomy. He is aware of the fact that sooner or later he will say goodbye to earthly things. Even if he lives for 70 years, he has only 50 more years to live. The poet thinks that this is a very short period to enjoy the beauty of nature, so he plans to spend as much time as possible in the woodland so that he keeps looking at cherries. This will allow him a longer contact with nature. He wants to quench his stunning thirst by gazing at the beautiful boughs hung with snow. He wishes to make this scene everlasting. Part B. Punctuate the following extract from Book 1. She whirled with a gasp as the telephone rang, stumbling into the living room. She picked up the receiver. Part C. Use any five of the following pairs of words in your sentences. Advice, ADVICE, Nasihat. My advice has no effect on him. Advise, ADVISE, Nasihat karna. The doctor advised him bed rest. Cite, CITE, हवाला देना. He cited a verse from Holy Quran. Cite, SITE, जगह इमारत की तामीर के लिए. This is a good site for building a house. Dose, DOSE, दवाई की खुराक. Take 2 doses of this medicine. Dose, DOZE, ऊँघना. He was dozing in the class. Metal, METAL, धात. Gold is a precious metal. Metal, METTLE, salahiyat. He had no chance to show his metal. Piece, PIECE, tukra. The glass broke into pieces. Peace, PEACE, aman. Let us hope for the world peace. Vale, VALE, vale. Wadi, he lives in a beautiful vale. Veil, VEIL, naqab. The Muslim woman observed veil. Willing, WILLING, razamand hona. He was not willing to go with us. Willful, WILFUL, ziddi. He is a willful child. Question number 8. Translate the following passage into Urdu. Short Stories, Book 1. She was a large woman with a large purse that had everything in it but a hammer and nails. It had a long strap and she carried it slung across her shoulder. It was about 11 o'clock at night, dark, and she was walking alone when a boy ran up behind her and tried to snatch her purse. The strap broke with a sudden single tug. The boy gave it from behind, but the boy's weight and the weight of the purse combined caused him to lose his balance. तर्जुमा. वो एक भारी भरकम खातून थी जिसके हाथ में एक बड़ा पर्स था जिसमें सवाए हथौड़े और कील के सब कुछ था. इसकी एक लंबी डोरी थी और वो उसे अपने कंधे पर लटकाए हुए लिए जा रही थी. रात के तकरीबन 11 बजे थे. अंधेरा था और वो अकेली चल रही थी. उस वक्त एक लड़का भागता हुआ आया और उसका पर्स छीनने की कोशिश की. जब लड़के ने उसे पीछे से अचानक एक ही झटका दिया तो डोरी टूट गई. लड़के के वज़न और पर्स के वज़न ने मिलकर उसका तवाज़न बिगाड़ दिया. Question number 8. Candidates whose medium of examination is English will write an essay on corruption in Pakistan. Corruption in Pakistan. Corruption is an act done by an individual or a group of people or an organization or a government in power in pursuance of monetary benefits. It also includes grabbing influence and power to promote personal gains, all through illegitimate means, violating the law of the land, norms of social, religious, and political ethics. In Pakistan, this corruption exists in different forms such as misuse of embezzlement of government funds, grants, resources, maintaining standard of life beyond known sources of income, favoritism, nepotism, and misuse of authority, etc. The accepting or obtaining or offering any gratification, etc., directly or indirectly, is also corruption. Initially, WAPDA and the police were notorious for corruption, but now this menace has spread in all departments, agencies, and institutions of government. The scourge of corruption was identified at the very birth of Pakistan by founder of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He had said one of the biggest curses from which the country is suffering is bribery and corruption. We must put it down with an iron hand. Sadly, instead of paying attention to this warning for curbing corruption, it has been promoted in a big way. Today, it has assumed an alarming position. There are many causes of corruption. Firstly, indulging of government officers or officials in taking undue advantage of their positions. Secondly, the customs and social conditions force the people to spend lavishly in different forms. Thirdly, the salaries of government servants are so low that most of them are tempted to accept bribes. Fourthly, the rules and regulations to curb the corruption are not being implemented in letter and spirit. Lastly, the corrupt government servants escape from punishments by courts due to poor inquiries and contest of their cases. The corruption has many consequences. Here we mention some of these. The development projects lack quality work regarding their execution. The government funds and grants are misused and embezzled. The people in society are deprived of their rights and so on. The corruption disregards the respect for law and loyalty. to the government. If the system is permitted to persist, state of corruption will go from bad to worse gradually. No anti-corruption policy will ever succeed as it has been demonstrated in the past. Neither anti-corruption department nor NAB etc. are rendering remarkable services regarding the control of corruption in Pakistan. Some important steps as mentioned here are necessary to control corruption. Firstly, there is a need of drastic policies and strong political will and the will of the government as well to curb corruption in Pakistan. Secondly, the head of the department should be appointed purely on merit. Anti-corruption department, FIA and NAB should be made more effective. Thirdly, the prosecution of the corrupt public servants should be made more effective. Lastly, moral values among the masses should be propagated and there should be extensive focus on character building and the students in school, colleges and universities.